So in this video, we will see a very important thing for a company, which is how to find fixed asset, like how to find fixed asset in a footnote. We will look at what is an asset schedule. So it is very important for a company, like asset schedule can tell us what the capex they are planning in which line item, like plant machinery or land vehicles, at where they are doing their capex. Asset schedule can help us in understanding these things, and for a company to grow, capex is very important. So we will look at how to read about capex asset schedule in this video. So I will take an example of VIP industry. So if we take VIP industry, so for FY24, if we see, so I will write asset schedule here. So yeah, give me a minute. If we see consolidated, yeah. So this is a balance sheet, this is profit and loss, this is cash flow. So as you all know, these are notes. So in notes we will generally at starting, yeah, this at starting of the notes we will find asset schedule. So this is an asset schedule for VIP industry. Note number 4, property plant and equipment. So if we go in balance sheet, here it is. If you see this PPE, note number 4, which is this 207.02. So that is, this statement is known as asset schedule. It is very important for a company, very important. So now first we will do a basic example what is an asset schedule. So there are three things. One is gross block, one is depreciation, and one is net block. So what is gross block is, like if you are purchasing an item, like if we see, if we are purchasing a machinery. So let's take for 5 years. If we take, like, we purchase a machine in 2025, then we are standing in, let's assume that we are standing in 2020. This is 2020. So this is cross block. This is addition. Let's give me a minute. I will. This is opening. Wait, sorry. Opening. This is addition. This is if deletion is there, then deletion, and this is closing. So now what is a gross block is, if a company is buying any asset, like if a company is buying land, so whatever the amount of land is, we will write at opening. Let's take an example, like if company is buying a plant and machinery worth of, let's take 50,000. So the opening will be 50,000. No, it's not opening, it will be addition, because this year we purchased a machinery worth of 50,000. Deletion means DELI. Deletion. Deletion means if company is selling some assets. So in this example, we are not selling any asset. So our closing gross block will be 50K only. Now opening will be 50K. The closing of 2015 will be the opening of 2016. So it will be this. Now let's assume that in 2016 we are not buying any another machinery. So addition will be 0, deletion will be 0, closing will be nothing but same opening. Same way the closing will be this only. We are not adding anything, we are not purchasing anything, no selling of any assets, so closing will be this only. Now let's take the opening will be again 50K, but this year we have purchased some item. Let's take, we have added another machinery worth of 60K. So now the deletion, we are not selling any item, so closing will be this plus this, and here the opening will be next previous year closing. We are now in 2019, we are not buying anything, so addition 0, deletion 0, closing will be nothing but this. And same way for this, we will do this will be this. Now, so this is gross block. We also call gross block as historical value. See, in this all those number 50k 60k, these are recorded at historical, मतलब जिस प्राइस पे हम लोग ने ख़रीदा था वो एसेट, वो प्राइस ही हम डालेंगे. जैसे मैंने इधर 50k में बाय किया था तो वो मैंने डाला, और ये वाला 60k में बाय किया था तो वही मैंने डाला. तो ग्रॉस ब्लॉक मतलब मेरी हमेशा हिस्टोरिकल वैल्यू पे कैलकुलेट होता है, लिखा जाता है, मतलब इसको बोलते हैं ग्रॉस ब्लॉक. Anything you are buying, it will be written at the historical cost only. So if you take an example, like if you are buying an Activa, it is worth of 1 lakh, so the opening will be 0. The addition, you are adding the Activa in your business, so addition will be 1 lakh. Now closing will be 1 lakh only. It will be always recorded at historical value. Now there is again one thing known as accumulated depreciation or depreciation. So here we will write depreciation. Now in this same way, what we have done is opening, depreciation during the year, depreciation during the year, and a deletion. Then there will be accumulated depreciation. Now it is a little tricky, so let's take that depreciation for this machinery which we have planned, which we have purchased of 50k, is 10% per year. There are two things in depreciation. One is SLM and one is WDV. So what is SLM is, if you are purchasing a machinery like 50k, machinery for 50k, and its accounting life like, मतलब वो depreciation 10, वो asset 10 साल तक चल सकता है for 10 years. So its per year depreciation will be 5k in SLM. Now same way for 10 years it will be 5k 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 5k. So for 10 years it will be 50k. So this is SLM. Using SLM straight line method, 50k 5k 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 for 10 years, which will add up to 50k. Now in WDV what happened is, in initial years like for 2015 if we see, then the depreciation will be high. Maybe it will be like, it will be 10k, 10,000, then 9,000, then 8,000, then 7,000, then 6,000, and go on. But the total will be always 50k, and the accounting life in WDV and SLM will be same. The only difference between SLM and WDV is how they are mentioning the depreciation. Here they are mentioning same for 10 years, but in WDV in initial years the depreciation will be more, but in last few years the depreciation will be less. Maybe because it will touch maybe 1002 or 2002. So this is the difference between WDV and SLM. Now here we are using SLM only. Let's take an example that a company is using opening depreciation as SLM. So opening depreciation, we have assumed that company started in 2015 only, so there is nothing like opening depreciation, so it will be 0. Depreciation during the year for 50k, we have assumed 10 years of life, so it will be 5k. Deletion, nothing. Accumulated depreciation will be 5,000. Formula for accumulated depreciation is opening plus depreciation during the year minus deletion, which is 5k. समझ आया? जैसे इस साल अपने को डेप्रिसिएशन लगा 5,000, तो अपना एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन मतलब आज तक का कितना डेप्रिसिएशन लगा, तो ये हो गया 5,000, क्योंकि अपन ने चालू 2015 में किया है तो चालू तो सेम होगा ये. अब इधर क्लोजिंग ओपनिंग आ जाएगा लास्ट ईयर का, ये नो सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी, इधर आ जाएगा, देखो ओपनिंग आ जाएगा ये. अब डेप्रिसिएशन इस साल भी लगेगा 50,000 पे, जो अपन ने देखा कि 5,000 ही लगेगा, तो ये हो गया 5k 5,000. डिलीशन एक बार अपन 0 का रखते हैं तो अक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन फिर से आ जाएगा 10k. अब इसका सेम ये, अब एक बार हाँ इधर भी आ जाएगा यही, इधर ये आ जाएगा ये 50k 15k. नाउ लेट्स डिलीट दिस फॉर 1 second. So now the opening will be previous year closing depreciation will be same, pi k. Accumulated depreciation will be, oh sorry, 20k. Same way it will be for rest 2 years too. This will be same and this will be same. See, 25. So now this is depreciation. How accumulated depreciation is, the formula for accumulated depreciation is opening depreciation plus depreciation during the year minus deletion. Deletion is if you are selling something, some assets, so that is known as deletion. Here we have taken deletion and in depreciation too we have taken deletion. So accumulated depreciation, this. Now if we take, we have done gross block, we have done depreciation. Now there is third line item which is net block. Now what is net block is, there are two things in net block. One is opening and one is closing. So net block is like, I will give you example. It will be easy. For the opening, as we have started this year only, so opening will be 0, but closing will be gross block closing minus accumulated depreciation. Gross block closing minus accumulated depreciation. So and this will be this and this will be same. We will, so see what is net block is, see opening, our opening value is 0 because we have started in 2015 only, so our opening net block will be 0. Now closing, the formula for closing net block is closing gross block minus accumulated depreciation. Closing gross block minus accumulated depreciation, and here the opening will be previous year closing, and here it will be this. Here it will be gross block minus accumulated depreciation, gross block minus accumulated depreciation, gross block minus accumulated depreciation, gross block minus accumulated depreciation. This thing which you are seeing, this goes in P and balance sheet. In balance sheet, you will see in like as we have seen in the PPE, the fourth footnote, same things will go in balance sheet line item. So these things are very important. Now we will see a real life company, so it will be, you will और मालूम पड़ जाएगा अगर एक और बार वो देखेंगे तो, थोड़ा अगर रियल लाइफ में देख ले तो इजी रहेगा. नाउ या, सो हियर PPE of VIP industry. So if you are seeing for FY23, buildings are 35 point. Give me a second. Zoom it. Yeah. So FY24, if you see the gross block, this is gross carrying amount. It will be always recorded at historical cost. So for PPE, for VIP, the buildings material, the building line item cost is 35.76 cr. Yeah, 35.76 cr. Plant and machinery is this. Data processing machine is this. Mold and dies are this. Furniture and fixture are 24.69. Office equipment is 8.79. Vehicle is 6.38. Same way which we have done in this, which is their opening. Now addition this. So this is thing, this is a capex for a company which we will discuss in next video, but this is addition. Like in the year FY24, what other thing they have added in buildings, they have added 17.68. In plant and machinery they are doing 43.23 cr. Data processing 7.80, mold and dies 2.87, furniture and fixture 18.62, office equipment 4.33, and vehicles 0.53, which we have done in here addition. Now deletion means what they are selling. If they are selling their any asset, like maybe the old assets which they need to sell, which are of no use now, so these are this thing. Now the for how this 53.09 come in our formula, it was, if we see the opening plus addition minus deletion, which will be this. I will copy and I will paste in this same way. Now here if we open calculator and calculate it, so 35.76 plus 17.68, which is addition, 17.68, minus deletion, which is 0.35, so it is 53.09. So I hope you get how to see the gross block. So this is the gross block for FI. It is the previous year closing value. So it is now for FY24 it will be opening, addition, deletion. So total we get the gross block for the year FY24. This is gross block which we get here, this amount closing. Now depreciation. We have done this gross block. Now we will look at depreciation. This footnote. Now here this is opening, previous year closing, and this year opening. Accumulated depreciation. This is accumulated depreciation till as at April 1st 2023. This is accumulated depreciation which we have done here. Now accumulated depreciation, and this is depreciation for the year. मतलब इस साल क्या क्या depreciation लगा, ये तो हो गया कि इनको 2023 के 1 अप्रैल तक कितना लगा, और ये हो गया कि इस साल इनको कितना डेप्रिसिएशन लगा. और डिस्पोजल एंड एडजस्टमेंट लाइक इधर अगर इन्होंने बेचा तो डेप्रिसिएशन भी होगा, तो वो ये हो गया. अब इसका अपन ने एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन कैसे निकाला, क्लोज ओपनिंग प्लस डेप्रिसिएशन ड्यूरिंग द ईयर minus accumulated depreciation. Here it should be accumulated depreciation and here it should be closing. It's fine. Accumulated depreciation and opening, if we can say. So now here their accumulated depreciation for buildings is 6.40. Depreciation for the year is 2.30, and this disposal and adjustment, which is deletion, is 0.05. Now if we calculate, which is 6.40 plus 2.30, 6.40 is accumulated depreciation, मतलब आज तक कितना लगा है, प्लस इस साल कितना depreciation लगा बिल्डिंग पे, और which is 2.30 plus, no not plus, we will subtract minus 0.05, which is 8.65. Now this is 8.65. Same way if we do for plant and machinery, if we add 47.40 plus 20.33, which is depreciation for this year, sorry, 47.40 plus 20.33 minus 0.48 is 67.25, which we have done in our example, which is this addition, accumulated depreciation, which is if here we see, which is 47.40 plus depreciation during the year minus accumulated depreciation, which will lead to closing accumulated depreciation, which is this. Now how we calculate the net block, which we have done is closing gross block minus closing depreciation. So here if we want to find for how 44.44 come, so the if we see in building the closing, which is 53.09, which is this is closing gross block minus closing depreciation, accumulated depreciation, which is 8.65 minus 8.65 is equals to 44.44, which is 44.44. Did you get is? I think it is easy to understand. If we take an example in plant and machinery, so it will be 178.31 minus 67.25, which is this accumulated depreciation till 31st March 2024 minus 37.25, 111.06 CR, 111.06 CR. Now the thing is, I have told you that this amount will go in balance sheet. So here the closing is 20,000. So here their closing for 2024 is 207.02. Now this will go in balance sheet. Let's check. Net block for FY24, the closing is 207.02. If we go in balance sheet, see 207.02. So from there the amount came here 207.02. Now again, this is one thing, there is one more thing, which is depreciation. So if we calculate the depreciation for the year for all those line item, which is 35.07, this will go in PNL, because this is depreciation and PNL is for the year, and and balance sheet is up to those date, up to 31st March 2024, but PNL is for the year 31st March 2024. So this number will go in PNL, this depreciation for the year, not accumulated depreciation, because because PNL is for the year, not till 2024 what happened. It PNL say that for FY24 things, what things happen. So 35.07 it will be in PNL. If we see this is PNL depreciation. Oh yeah, there is amortization to 99.49. If we see at 29 footnote, yeah, there is depreciation too, which I forgot. See, in 29 footnote they have given more breakup. So see here, in depreciation amortization footnote, this is depreciation 35.07, and there is amortization depreciation, oh, ROU, right to use asset, which we will discuss in later part. It is for lease things, so we will discuss it later. But if you want to see depreciation, which is 35.07, plus there is something actually right to use asset too, which we will look at another video. But if we see any another company, like if we take like take VD Special for FY24, they don't have ROU. Yeah, here it is. This is known as asset schedule. So if we look at here, their depreciation charge for the year for FY23, here it is given. So it is 60, total is 605.77. Now we will go in PNL. The depreciation for the year, you can here look, which is 605.77, and this will be accumulated depreciation. Let me zoom. Yeah, depreciation for the year, which which is for leasehold land, freehold land, factory building, plant and machinery, furniture and fixture, which is 605.77, and maybe there will be amortization too, we will check. But 605.77 we will go in PNL. 605.77. Yeah, see, it is near to 605.77, maybe because 2 lakhs will be of amortization. So here if we see in footnote 23, we will copy this number. See, oh okay, ROU same problem, but you can see here 605.77. So now you are able to understand how this 35.07 will be depreciation for the year, and it will go in PNL. So this is asset schedule for a company. You want, you can see for different line companies. Maybe you can look at Sarah and which companies which we have done. Now what we will look is how to check this line items. So here even for 2025, here it is given for 2023 also. Now we will see like how to analyze these things. So what we will do is, what we want is, we will see. So here we have machinery. So here there are six, 7 line item: building, plant and machinery, data processing machine, mold and dies, furniture and fixture, office equipment, and vehicles. So now how to analyze this thing? So what we will do is, we will go here and we will write all those line item: buildings, plant and machinery, plant and machinery, data machine, mold and dies, furniture and fixture, office equipment, vehicles. Now what we will do is, we will take like this is for FY 2024. So now what we will do is we will check like building, we will take gross block 53.09 and we will divide it with total gross block which is this 33.86. If we do this it will be 15%. Same way we will do for plant and machinery which is 178.31. Same for dies data processing machine. Same for mold 24.99. Office equipment 12.24, yeah, yeah, give me a minute. So this is building gross block for FY24 and this is building gross block and this is total gross block. This is 16%. This is total gross block and this is, yeah, give me a minute. So what we have done is we have taken gross block of building line item of FY24 and we are dividing it with total gross block which came up to 16%. So this thing will help us to know like for VIP what things are main, you will tell me. For VIP things like plant and machine will be main, land will be main, and what other thing will be main? Maybe as we have seen dyes, mold, they are into bags. So if bag need more and more machinery, so maybe there most of the uh, assets will be lie in plant and machinery only. So if we take here, see, in plant and machine, 50% of the asset lies, whereas in building, 16%. So this both total up to 68%. Rest is data processing machine, mold and dies, furniture and fixture, office equipment, and vehicles. So this will give us a trend like what are the main thing for a company over the years. We can do this data analysis for over the years, which I will show you in at the last. So we can do one thing like this. Another thing which we can do is, so this is for VIP, which we can take is depreciation for the year for building all the year which is 2.30. So here if it write here depreciation, this is second number analysis which we are doing in depreciation and divide by total gross block only 33.86. Sorry, same way we can do which will be this divided by this alt HP. What is this for this? If depreciation for the year is 20.33, 2.33, 2.33, sorry, 2.33. For mold and dies it is 2.41. For furniture and fixture it is 5.42. For office equipment it is 1.65 and it is 0.63 for vehicles. 0.63. Yeah. So same way we can do this thing too for all those line item, all those assets which company is holding. This will help us in knowing that like as we know that plant and machinery is one of the most 50% holding of overall assets of plant and machinery, so depreciation will be high for those plant and machinery too. If you are saying that even though plant and machinery contribute to the like 50% but depreciation for building is more, then you need to further investigate like in building a material are they are using SLM or WDV. But generally what happen is for plant and machinery as it contributes 50%, so it will always be more. This is data processing, this is mold, this is office equipment, this is office equipment, and this is vehicles. Another thing which we can do is which is third, if which is depreciation as a percentage of revenue for each line item. Or if you take for year and year, you can take is total depreciation, which is this 35.07 divided by revenue, which is this 22 point. So depreciation as a percentage of revenue, called HV 1.5%. This thing will help us in modeling, which we will do in future videos. So these things are very important. Because see, if you are analyzing any building, any like, if you are analyzing any like, if we take an example of a manufacturing company, so generally there will be this thing, buildings and plant and machine will be most, generally they will contribute 7 to 80%. But if we are seeing any IT company, so there they don't want any plant and machine. What they want there is office and equipment like computers, which will then in those companies this will be 50%. But what you are looking that in IT company this is 10% only, but plant and machinery is 60%, then maybe there is something wrong in this company. We need to further investigate it. Why? Because that is generally a service business, and service business don't need plant and machinery more. They generally need like computers and rest other things. So in those companies this thing will contribute more than 50%. Now I will show you analysis which I have done for 10 years. Give me a minute. Yeah, I have done it for Sarah. I don't know, Sarah or Kajaria. Maybe it will be Sarah, but don't know. Give me a minute. Okay, okay. This is Kajaria. I have done it for both Kajaria and Sarah. Give me a minute. So what here I have done is in Kajaria ceramic, I have taken is gross block for 17 to 23, and it is closing gross block, and I will show you only for a year. Real estate is not working now. The boom of real estate is over. So this companies like Kajaria, Sarah, tiles manufacturing, and cement, this thing will affect because real estate are the main thing for them. Let's don't look at this. We will see Kajaria. We will look at asset schedule consolidated. Yeah, there. Just a second. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. So they have freehold land which is for 2023. I have opened which year. So yeah, it's fine. In 2024 we can calculate, we can get this. So freehold land for 2023 which is 103, which is 103. For leasehold land there is nothing. Building 464, plant and equipment 151.20, 463 point. This in for building, plant and equipment is 151, and rest all small line items. So totaling is 2201, which is if we find here, which is 2201. So this is for gross block. Now this depreciation during the year. Same way for 2023, which we have no, which we are depreciation, which is this depreciation charge for the year 12.54 for building, 12.54 for plant and equipment. It is 93.22, 93.22, 1.05, and rest all thing, which total up to 117. This is for FY23. I am showing you FY23 numbers. Now, now these are common size. So if you want to find net block, so the formula will be no, you will comment, you will only tell me. So what I have done is, see, just look at the Excel. For FY23 I have taken freehold land of FY23 divided by total gross block. It is totaling, the total of this is 2201, which you can see here. So it is 2201. So what I have done here is gross block for 2023 divided by total gross block. Same way for all the years I have done for buildings, leasehold land, plant and equipment, and rest all line item. As Kajaria is a manufacturing company, so building and plant and machine will contribute up to, here it is contributing up to 90%. So rest all other line item we can ignore. Those two are the most important for this. And it is fine. It will be because Kajaria is a manufacturing company. They need more and more plant and equipment, and same they need more and more building. So common sizing when I did for gross block as a percentage of revenue, which I have here written, so it come around 21%, and we can say that in future too it will be like near to this only. So this two will contribute 90% only, which will help us in finding the future how when we will do modeling. So this thing will help us. So that's why I'm showing why I have done this. Now if I see depreciation, so same way if I look at building, and so what I have done is building depreciation for the which is this divide by 2023 gross block, which we have done here. Depreciation for building divide by total gross block. Okay, what here I have done something difference, but here we can, here in this what I have done is I have taken total gross block, but we can also add this too, like here we can do this is equals to this divide by this. We can do this. So there are total three things which we can do. One is this, one is this, and one is which we have done dividing by total gross block. So here I have taken 2023 depreciation for the year for line item building divide by total gross block of building for FY23. Now here one thing also I can do is building depreciation for the year divide by total gross block. It will be less because the denominator will be more. So let's ignore this. So it is here. So this two analysis we can do for the for line item like gross block and depreciation. This is very important footnote because it can help us in knowing what are the capex plan for a company where they are doing capex. Like here you can see additions. We will talk about this in our next video, but you can see that the total addition which they have done for FY 2023, which is this 307.24. So we can call it as a capex for company which they have done in FY24. Same way we can predict it, we can find it for 2025, 2023, 2022. So here it is one of the thing from where we can able to understand how to see the capex and at where they are doing most capex. So here they are doing generally because it is a manufacturing company, so building and plant and machine will be having more and more capex. Now it is 307.24. So if we see CFI in cash flow, I have not teach you about those things, but if you see CFI, so this is generally up to, there are two other thing line item, but it is near to 300 only. If we subtract it, it will be 280. I will teach you in next video, it's fine. So yeah, this was what I want to taught, able to help you to understand this. I know मैं बीच बीच में अटक जाता हूँ एक्चुअली माई मेरी जीभ अटक जाती है बट इफ़ यू आर हैविंग एनी प्रॉब्लम डू कमेंट आई विल वर्क ऑन इट and yeah fine I will stop the video recording. I hope you are able to understood this thing. Thank you for watching this video.